and if that offensive line stays healthy and intact, and it hasn't been the last 2 years, and obviously Ben as well, they get Le'Veon Bell back, and if they stay healthy, wow, this Steeler team looks this is going to be an all-day sucker now when you play them. This is going to be something.
What if you coach Colin Kaepernick at this point? I don't mean on the field. We haven't talked about it. I know you probably talked about it on the network. I haven't heard your comments, quite frankly, on all of this. Clearly, it's created this trend. We saw it on Monday night with the Eagles players. Thoughts for you if this were your backup quarterback or your star-crossed guy who and you're coaching the team. How do you handle this stuff? Because, I just see it politically across social media. It's created quite the firestorm, and it's all been started by the league. And a lot of times sports create social conversation. This has certainly created one.
Yeah, I'm talking strictly as a coach now. Because as an individual and you watch the conversation, it's good to have the conversation. But as a coach, as an organization, the problem I have with what Colin Kaepernick did is he bypassed his team. You've got to support the individual perspectives of your players. But anytime you bring into the team politics, sexual orientation, religion, race, you have a potential powder keg there. These guys are human. They're going to have individual perspectives. But you have to honor the team collective. That was the problem I had with Colin Kaepernick, was that he went outside the team structure. You're going to go to your team and say, hey, we should do this, that, and the other. But you have to respect the team and what it wants to do, and it will support you individually to use that platform to highlight whatever cause that you think is equitable. So that was the tough thing, and it was interesting to see how different teams handle it. You saw what Pete Carroll in Seattle, the way they respected that, but did it in a team way that didn't disrespect the flag, the country, the league, the team as a whole, and still kind of got the same thing done. So we'll see how this plays out. It's interesting to watch how different teams deal with it. It's a tough issue because you're talking about a number of different things. You're not talking, and my problem with some of the people are saying, well, yeah, it brings it up into the forefront and you talk about it. We're not talking about the issue. We're talking about the actions that were taken to bring attention to the issue as opposed to the issue itself. So I'm not sure it's completely productive, although certainly sports has always been one of those places where you can bring these issues to light.
He is our head coach, Brian Billick, on behalf of the Living Classrooms Foundation, as well as SeatGeek when you need some tickets out there. Coach joins us once a week, and we throw these topics around. And I guess for you, it's a good week to talk about your L.A. heritage and your background. By the way, I got Eric Weddle, this week for the Bone Marrow Registry. He's out from your part of the world, very, very near Redlands when I did the little map thing on Out the Loma, wherever that is.
Sure.
Out there in the Riverside Basin. But from your part of the world and from what you've seen in that L.A. Coliseum, I would think it brought hair up on the back of my neck to see the Coliseum with an NFL game, and I didn't think I would react that way, Coach.
Yeah, 90,000 people in the Coliseum. I grew up obviously a Ram fan and experiencing that, and in varying degrees, obviously. But to see that kind of crowd there and to see them cranked up in L.A., yeah, you're right. It was spectacular.
And win. They won. That's even better.
Yeah, and we'll see going forward. At some point, Jared Goff's got to come in. Case Keenum, as people are saying, the Rams still have not scored a touchdown in L.A. since 1994. But that's got to change, obviously, for them to be good. But that was a big win for them. And they're the kings down there now. People are cranked up, and the 90,000 people in the stands. And, so it was exciting to see as an old L.A. Ram. Growing up, that was my team, kind of the old throwback uniforms. I loved it.
You said since 94. A lot of folks would say they scored those touchdowns in Anaheim, not in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm trying to remember if, it would have been.
Anaheim,
of course, they were still the Los Angeles Rams at that time. I'd have to go back. It was against the Washington Redskins.
Jerome Bettis was probably the one who scored it. The Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. My boy Schwartzy's up there running around, and Peterson running around. I didn't think much of them. And matter of fact, every Philadelphia beat writer I had, and some of them are prone to be a little negative in Philadelphia, as I'm sure you're aware of, Coach, none of them thought this would be a good team at all. And the Bradford trade, all of the offseason tumult with the draft picks and the quarterbacks and giving away money, they're 2-0, and the defense looks like it's going to be able to hold its own in the NFC East.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with Carson Wentz. When I was up there at training camp, they seemed wholly committed to Carson Wentz maybe not playing. And then the sequence of events of what they could get for Tom Bradford. It was on Sam Bradford. It is, you got to give them credit for the moves that they've made, and now it's all turning out good. Now, it's Cleveland and Chicago, okay? They're going to play Pittsburgh this week. We're going to find out how good that defense is. We're going to see how good Carson Wentz is. And you have to be impressed. The guy seems, if nothing else, calm. He doesn't seem to get rattled, which is a good thing. He's thrown it better than 35 times in the last 2 games. I don't know if you want to keep that pitch count high. They seem to be running the ball okay. So, yeah, I think this Philadelphia Eagle team, we're about to find out, although the schedule, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then they play Detroit and Washington, certainly 2 winnable games. Then they're going to play Minnesota. Then they get into the division with Dallas and New York. So, yeah, we're gonna find out this week just how real the Philadelphia Eagles are.
I know you have great affinity for the Minnesota Vikings, and I have great affinity for Mike Zimmer. That's a real good story. That's an interesting story to watch with the quarterback situation there, the new stadium, and certainly the way they played on Sunday night. Impressive.
It was. What a great-looking stadium. And that defense, as a connoisseur of great defense, that defense is pretty good. Now, this is as good. And it's collective team defense outside of maybe a Matt Barr or Linville Joseph. That you don't know anybody on that defense. They're just good, solid. Mike Zimmer's doing an incredible job. Sam Bradford, I think, is going to be very successful there. Kind of a pedestrian receiving core, but this Shelton Diggs kid and Stephon Diggs, and Rudolph is decent. The running game, they got to have AP back, obviously. I think I was looking at this. They haven't started running the ball real well. I think their offensive line has been a little bit of an issue. I think they ought to get back into the eye and 2 tight ends. I went back. They were 1,400 yards rushing. Adrian Peterson was last year. And I went back and looked at his best game against the Oakland Raiders. Ran for 200 yards. He was in the eye. They had 2 tight ends. They were playing smash-mouth football. I'm not sure the gun-running offense fits what they do. If I'm Norv Turner, not that Norv should listen to me, I'd get back into more of a personnel configuration that lets me run the ball, play action fake, let Sam Bradford make some big plays down the field, and let that defense loose.
Man, season's great, isn't it? We're 2 weeks into this, and there's just discussion everywhere around the country and a lot of surprises out there. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. We'll hear from Coach Billick again next week. Coach, always great having you on. And by the way, I really appreciate the tweets lately. I love following the Twitter on the weekends as well.
Been fun.
Coach Billick out on Twitter, and our partner on behalf of the Living Classrooms Foundation, as well as SeatGeek. You can go to SeatGeek.com and buy your tickets as well. Brian does a lot of work for them as he does in our partnership here. And we got the Maritime Magic coming up a couple weeks from now. You can learn more at livingclassrooms.org. You can find me out in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear anywhere you are. Our morning newspaper ships at 7 a.m. to your email inbox. That's brought to you by Planet Fitness and PlanetFitness.com. And last but not least, any breaking news happens first on the WNST Tech Service. That is brought to you by Coons Ford of Security Boulevard. We will be at Greenmount Station next Wednesday night for the Bone Marrow Registry and for There Goes My Hero with Alex Lewis, the new starting left guard and rookie, as well as Ryan Jensen, a couple big linemen. We're going to eat some crab cakes. We're going to talk some football with some offensive linemen, and they'll tell you they're the most important guys in the world. They run the ball. They protect the quarterback. So we'll get them out next week. We're looking forward. That's Wednesday night, Carroll County, Hampstead at Greenmount Station for the crab cakes. And Coach Billick joined us out there last month. We had a great night out there as well. I am Nestor, nasty at WNST.net, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, and streaming live on Facebook Live, as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.
Text to me.
Yep, I'm going to text you right now. And
I'll pop those in the mail.
Are you coming?
No.
How many are you not?
I think I got 20 tickets.
Keegan, nobody needs them?
No, Keegan's in Detroit.
Okay, let me know when you stuff them in. Text me how many I have, and that way.
There are 20 tickets, and I'm putting them in the mail today.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll send them. I'll get you the text as you get off the phone. Hey, thanks for everything. I'll reach back. We'd like to find a day sometime in November, whatever that means. And I'm sticky because of the kid coming in here. Oh, Bob, I didn't even tell you this. The DKMS called my wife last week, and they want to honor her at their annual New York ball, like their big thing. So we're going up there October 27th, 28th. It is their big swinging, 700 people, big ticket, $100,000 tables and all that kind of stuff.
Great
so we're going to go up there and, they want to tell our story. We want our story to be told because let's save some more lives, man.
Love it.
That's all we got at this point. All right, thanks, bud.
All right, text me that address.
Right now. Yep. Thanks, bud.